Yeah, we actually bought turkeys from the chicken guy. We bought chicks and he raised them for us. We had 30 available for Thanksgiving.
Wow, look at that head.
Wow.
And the rest of them, Megan took up to a place today to have ground, and we're going to make turkey sausage out of them.
Oh, wow. So these guys stay in the cage most of the time.
Yeah,
they don't.
Most of the time, they like to run off.
Ah, they're more wild than the chickens.
And the area behind, as you see, I've got a bunch of things laying around. I'm making that area bigger so they have more room. And in line with our idea about sustainability, renewability, and recycling, look at the tops, our roofs here. What do those look like?
Walls of something.
They're garage doors. So before I came along, that door was going to the dump, and it would be in a landfill. I found a use for them. I have a garage door guy who's actually bringing me 40 of them next week, and so all the new pins out here will have garage doors on top. So we recycle them, and then when it gets to the point where they're no longer any good for us, then we'll tear them apart and break them apart, and hopefully they'll crush.
They'll just rot.
Rot, yeah. We had about 150 rabbits, and they were up by the telephone pole over there, and a bobcat and a cougar got into the whole batch. We lost almost 150 of them. Those are New Zealand whites. They're
not albino?
No. They're a meat rabbit. And they're one of the top 2 for meat. Yeah, you can pet them.
They don't bite?
They might, but just stick your hand in there and pet her. As long as you don't pick them up, they'll be fine. I knew it was a cougar because I went into my office, which looks out over where the rabbits were, and I saw the cougar on top of a bird cage, and he had just reached in and pulled the head off one of our mourning doves. We had 2 doves out there, and they were always talking to each other and doing that coo, coo, coo thing, And one of them laughed, like a diabolic.
The cougar?
No, the doves.
Oh, the doves.
Doves. And that cougar reached in and pulled the head off one and ate the head, tried to pull it through the cage.
Oh my gosh.
And so I got my 12 gauge and I snuck out the side and went around the house, and I caught him on the rear end as he was running away. I don't know if I killed him, but he never has come back. But he killed most of our rabbits. And so we moved them to another place for about 8 months. And now we have a few back here. Enough that we can supply the people who buy them from us. We have to keep a cover. That's to keep the coyotes from getting up underneath and biting their feet, because the coyotes try to eat them from below. I mean, when you live in an area like this that's away from civilization, even 5 miles down the road, you're going to have a lot of wild critters, including bobcats and coyotes. And we have a wild dog pack that comes through occasionally. So we've lost a lot of animals to those predators in the time we've been here. So
oh my gosh.
Oh, and it's gonna melt.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh, I haven't. Gosh, so tiny.
I just got pecked.
Hi, Snowy. I had a rabbit for like a year when I was small.
Did you? What are you pecking me for?
Are you having memories of your childhood?
Well, Snowy was a lot bigger than this guy. Oh, you have a little sea rocket bunny. You want to come home with us, huh?
And the ears, see how protruded the ears are?
Yep.
They're stuck out to the side, trying to figure out what this noise is. I'm not used to that noise. The feeding and watering morning and night, and then watering extra during the summer when it's really hot, probably takes me 4 to 5 hours a day, every day. And the mucking is another 2.5, 3, but I hire a guy to come and do that. Lamb eat mostly grass, but the mothers eat peas.
Oh wow!
And so these are black-eyed peas.
Yeah.
Don't trip. Over where it filters through those rocks and then drops about 20 feet down, and we can hear it at night when it's rainy season. We can hear the waterfall, and you can actually see it from that property over there. You can see the water falling down to that lower ravine. That's pretty cool.
Basically collect it here, collect rainwater.
Yeah. Now if I had the wherewithal to do all the pumps and the storage tanks, I would catch a couple 100,000 gallons of it, you know, and store it, but I don't. That takes big bucks.
Oh, these are the worm puddles?
Yeah. These are called windrows. And we raise the worms in there, and we feed on top of the row. And as we feed, the worms eat their way up. And that's why the rows keep getting bigger and bigger. When they get to a certain point, we take the worms off, as we're doing here, if you want to look at that row. Pull the worms off and make a new row, and then start feeding that. About a month later, we take the rest of the worms off because we've migrated them to one side. And then when the majority of the worms are out of that row, we'll let it dry. We'll pull it out and bring it over here for processing and run it through that machine. That's a screening machine. It screens the castings out. And this is the castings, the product right here. Nice earthy smell. Renewability and sustainability and recycling. Everything is used. All the manure is fed to the worms. We screen it. This is the quality, the highest quality of the final product.
Oh, if I had a bag, I could take some of these back and...
If you read our website, you saw the part about the garden spot rental.
Yes, I saw that.
The idea of having a space where
like
people who live in apartments that would like to have a garden can come out and rent a little spot of a farm and grow their own garden. Well, this guy actually has a commercial salsa company, and he makes his own salsa. He lives in Chula Vista.
What's the name of the salsa company?
Classy Sassy Salsa.
And do they sell at the farmer's market or something?
He sells at several farmers markets,
Okay.
but not Little Italy. And he sells his salsa there and raises peppers here. The sow that's over there, jumping in. So you've had the tour.
Yeah.
Hey guys, go back over the pen. Go.